Coming up on DC News Now at 4, could we see some snow this weekend? And how much? Meteorologist Damon Matson is tracking the latest.
Protesters have been marching, chanting, and rallying in opposition to the president's 1 year in office so far, while they're demanding change ahead.
Day 5 of the au pair murder trial in Northern Virginia. Experts call on blood pattern analysts to lay out the crime scene.
To identify the patterns or the shapes of the stains that we could see in the examination photograph.
We're live from outside of the courthouse. Stretching your dollar and cashing in on travel. How Amtrak is offering a special pass for America's 250th birthday. And they're not your average neighbors. The robots that are helping to reboot delivery service in Alexandria in today's Tech Talk. Begin with breaking news at 4. The prosecution has arrested at day 5 of the Brendan Banfield double murder trial. Banfield is accused of killing his wife with the family's au pair, who he allegedly had an affair with. Christine Banfield's father also took the stand. We have a full report from DC News Now, Randy Bass, in just a few minutes. Of course, thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. Mark and Annalisa have the day off. We begin with a check on the forecast this afternoon. Bitter cold is moving on in, plus snow. It could be on the docket this weekend. I feel like everybody and their mother is talking about the chance for snow this weekend. Meteorologist Damon Matson here to give us some answers. Damon?
Yeah, Ben, you nailed it. It's the big talker. It's certainly one we are really paying close attention to as the days progress. And as the days progress, we'll get even more of a clear picture as to what will unfold. But in the meantime, it's been bitter cold out there across the DMV. We started the day in the single digits and teens with wind chills around 0, and it barely improved from there. It still remains rather cold out there in this late afternoon. It hasn't even hit freezing in D.C. We're close, though, at 31. We still have some 20s along and north of I-70, and then a few spots down towards central Virginia did manage to just scrape above that freezing mark. And it will continue to stay rather cold as we head into the night. Now, the good news is the wind has been letting up steadily throughout the day. So as we get into this Tuesday night, we're not concerned with wind chill, but at this point, it doesn't really matter with temperatures falling back down toward the teens by Wednesday morning. It is going to remain rather cold as we get into the middle of the week. Now, the good news is we are expecting a bit of a warm up as we head through Wednesday and Thursday, with temperatures returning up toward 50 degrees. But as we head into the weekend, another shot of bitter cold is going to roll in, and then that sets the table as we are watching that next storm system Saturday into Sunday. And at this point, some impactful snow is looking rather likely across at least a good chunk of the DMV. So we'll talk more about this weekend storm and the cold that's on the way, and look at your full forecast here in just a bit.
A lot of ground to cover, Damon. Thank you. As those temperatures take a dangerous turn, D.C. emergency officials are sharing some ways to help you avoid frostbite and hypothermia. Well, Mom taught us this: wear those layers of clothes, make sure that you stay dry. They also say to limit your time outdoors. And if you or somebody you know needs shelter, you can always call 311. Here's a look at some of those temporary shelters. D.C. Department of Homeland Security website tells you where the shelters are and how many beds they might have open at any given time. When D.C. triggers their extreme cold alert, hypothermia shelters extend their operating hours from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Keep up to date on this weekend's weather. Make sure you head to DCNewsNow.com. Today marks 1 year since President Donald Trump returned to office for a second term. Protesters took to the streets in D.C. to mark the 1 year notch on the calendar, including marches near the White House. DC News Now's Liberty Simmons joins us live in Northwest D.C. Liberty, the president just took questions from the reporters at the White House not long ago. What did folks outside of the executive office building have to say?
Well, Ben, protesters were out here saying they want the president and his policies out. They were out here chanting and marching, saying, "See you at the ballot box." Protesters rallying at Pershing Park today to oppose President Donald Trump, 1 year in office in his second term, along with his administration's takeover of D.C.
Hoping that we are eventually going to impeach him and get him out of office and return this country back to what it used to be.
Those who gathered also criticized local D.C. lawmakers who they say have been complicit.
While we know the regime and the White House are the ones currently leading the attacks on our community, there are people in the Wilson building who are helping them do it.
People also spoke against the deployment of National Guard troops in D.C.
Not been necessary. It's a waste of national money, and it's a waste of the Guards' time. They should be home with their families.
At the White House, President Trump joined Tuesday's White House press briefing to mark the first year of his second term.
We've had the best stock market in history, the best 401ks in history, and we inherited a mess. The numbers that we inherited were way up, and now we brought them, almost all of them, way down.
And among the president's accomplishments this past year, he touted lower gas prices, increased incomes, and trillions of dollars in investments from companies. For now, live here in Northwest D.C., Liberty Simmons, D.C. News Now.
Or thanks to Liberty. Turning our focus, the National Archives just announced a Freedom Plane National Tour. It's part of America's 250th birthday celebration, and that's going to take founding documents like the original engraving of the Declaration of Independence and the Treaty of Paris to 8 cities throughout the year.
All originals, no facsimiles, no copies. All incredible, all instructional, and all irreplaceable. Many of these documents are leaving this building for the first time, and they're traveling together for the first time in history.
Could certainly get a history lesson. That tour kicks off in Kansas City in March and it ends in Seattle in August. In D.C., Donnie Crawford was officially sworn in to replace former at-large Councilman Kenyon McDuffie. McDuffie's now running for mayor. D.C. Council approved Donnie Crawford's appointment this morning. She's a former staffer to McDuffie, and she will serve on the Public Safety and Justice, Labor, Youth Affairs, and Transportation committees. Shortly after she was sworn in, she says that she is ready to hit the ground running, getting to work and earn the trust of D.C. residents.
To the residents of the District of Columbia, I stand before you today fully aware that I was not elected to this office, but I make you this promise. I will work every day to earn your trust through integrity, service, and results.
It is unclear right now if Crawford intends to run in the June special election or for November's general election. In Virginia, we've learned about a small explosion that caused a fire in the garage of a home in Arlington. This happened this morning on North Monroe Street, and that explosion blew out the garage door. As you can see, the force of the impact. Nobody was reportedly hurt, and the cause of the fire and that explosion thereafter is under investigation. Happening right now in Montgomery County, D.C. Water is investigating a sanitary sewer overflow near the Clara Barton Parkway. This is near the American Legion Bridge. The overflow was reported overnight. The agency says water was seen spewing out of the sewer line at the C&O Canal National Historic Park. You're encouraged to avoid the area for the time being. Exposure to any untreated sewage can lead to illnesses, bring pathogens into your house, toward your family. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg is following this story for us. We're going to have more coming up at 9 and 10. Turning our focus back to the Banfield murder trial and the breaking news. A double murder trial in Fairfax County has entered week 2. What's known as the Au Pair Affair trial for Brendan Banfield, accused of the murder of his wife, Christine Banfield, and a man named Joseph Ryan. It's part of an alleged plot to end up in a relationship with the family au pair. Today was the 4th full day of testimony in the case with a big focus on scientific evidence. DC News Now's Randy Bass was in the courtroom. She's been covering this from top to bottom as expert witnesses took the stand. Randy.
Yes, after a fourth full day of testimony today, prosecutors officially rested their case, now moving toward the defense's side of arguments. We just heard the defense several moments ago argue motions in court trying to suppress the indictment from over 18 months ago. The judge ultimately denied those motions. So now the defense is next up. They are getting ready to start presenting witnesses, bringing them to the stand to testify. That will all get underway tomorrow. More on that in just a moment. But first, talking about the expertise we heard today, the expert witness, she focuses in on blood stain pattern analysis, more commonly known as blood spatter. She spoke extensively about evidence and blood found at the scene that day back in February of 2023. Prosecutors revisited photos of the crime scene again today, and expert Iris Daly-Graf spoke to blood found on clothes, on the floor, on the victims, and on Brendan Banfield himself. She went in depth on blood found on Brendan Banfield and spoke about what was found on his jeans that day, saying some of them were contact and transfer stains like those found on the knees of his pants, but that there were also blood spatter or droplets found on the leg of his jeans. Those stains, though, consistent with blood falling down or being cast off another bloody object, and that those droplets of blood were eventually identified as Christine's. Banfield's defense asked if that blood spatter pattern could have come from shaking or flicking blood from someone's hands. She said yes, that was possible. Prosecutors then asked if the blood spatter could have come from the knife used to stab Christine found at the scene. She also could not rule that out, but the knife ultimately was not tested or part of her analysis.
Are those stains cast off?
These stains could be cast off. They're consistent with cast off. We see some progressive change in shape looking across some of the lines, so cast off cannot be excluded as a mechanism to produce these stains.
Now, the last few moments and minutes in court today, we heard from Christine Banfield's father. He took the stand just for several minutes, and really not a lot of emotional testimony from him, but rather medical testimony, speaking to a blood disorder and a bruising disorder that Christine suffered as a child, and he testified to that she suffered from this blood disorder well into her adulthood. So that was really the extent of his testimony we just heard there in the last few minutes, and after he was done, that was when prosecutors wrapped up, resting their case, now handing things over to the defense. His defense attorney, John Carroll, says he'll be ready to start calling witnesses in the morning. Everybody's expected back in court again tomorrow at 10 a.m. In Fairfax, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Thanks to Randy, and she will be there as well. We will continue to bring you the latest updates on air and online. You can also stream the Au Pair Affair murder trial live on our website at dcnewsnow.com. Well, time now for 11. Stretching your dollar. Today is the final day for Amtrak's Adventure Awaits sale. It's a discount on Amtrak's USA Rail Pass. The price is normally $500, but with this discount, customers can buy the pass for $250. The sale coincides with America's 250th birthday.